Hello. A few days ago I took a bucket of carrots and it was a shocker. I've never seen as many short, fat, ugly carrots come from one bucket before. Check this out. This was the delivery. It's a very short intro to this video and then come back to me. That's them. It's got to be said, there's a lot of carrot there for a small 10-inch water bucket. It's just a pity it's so deformed. There's a lot of work in there to get some carrot out of that. But that's going to give me something to do this afternoon, isn't it? Trying to get some carrot out of this. So I popped that video up and I've had some commenters suggest to me that a problem might be that the bucket was overwatered. It's also been suggested that the bucket was underwatered. It's been suggested that perhaps there was too much nitrogen being given to the carrots. It's also been suggested that perhaps there were some obstructions in the mix that caused the carrots to fork and grow the way they did. I'm not convinced of any of that, to be honest. But hey, thanks for your comments anyway. But these buckets, I water them from the top. I make sure water goes into the bucket, and I also water them from the bottom. So I cover both bases. And I never let them go dry, and the compost is usually through a garden riddle before it goes in there, so I'm not thinking there's any major obstructions in there, and the only food that these carrots get is what goes in the mix before I plant them, and that's usually bloodfish and bone, which, as you know, is a balanced organic fertiliser. It's not rich in nitrogen, and then it's just water after that. So it's got me beat. I think perhaps it's just the year that we're growing in. But what we're going to do now is, I've got a bag of carrots in the wheelbarrow. I'm growing in buckets and bags this year, as you know, and I'm going to take this bag. Now I'll tell you now, before we go outside, that I can see the shoulders of some of these carrots, and they look just like the last lot. I don't know that yet till I harvest them, but what I will say, whatever comes out of this bag has grown in the same mix for the same length of time, has had the same amount of fertiliser, and has had the same watering regime. So I'd expect them all to look similar. Why would any look different? How would that work? You know, if they're all long and thin, they're all long and thin. If they're all short and fat, they're all short and fat. I wouldn't expect a mix. But I am expecting some short fat carrots because, boy, they look broad across the shoulders. They really do. Right, come on. Let's turn this bag out. See if it can do any better than the bucket. This is a bag of carrots called Danvers, and according to the ticket that I put on it, I only planted 12 carrots in this small fibre bag to give them every opportunity to grow to maturity without growing shoulder to shoulder. But I'm not too sure that's worked. In fact, I'm not too sure what's going on in this bag. Let me just turn it around and show you this before we turn it out. Look at the size of that bad boy there. I mean, that's got to be nearly 3 inches across. There's another big one round the corner from him there. Not quite as big. Now I'm guessing these are going to be short and fat. But what I want to know is, how come this carrot growing in this bag, in this soil mix, in this weather, with the same watering regime, how come this carrot gets that big and these carrots stay this small? How does that work? How does that work? Hey, let's get them out of this bag if we can and see what we've got. Let's go with the... Now, that's a small, short carrot, but it's perfectly formed. Perfectly formed. It's just a pity it wasn't longer. And that's the same, no forking. That one's split, we're not too happy with that one, but let's have a look at this big guy. Well, come on, what's happened here? Somebody tell me what's going on with these carrots this year. Why do I get a nice wee carrot like that and then I get this thing, this monster? How does that work? I don't know. Do you? If you do, please tell me. Another split carrot. Blimey. It's really been a disaster this year for me so far in terms of carrots. You know, that would be okay if it was a bit longer. Right, 2 big ones to finish with the look of this. Oh. Yeah, another short fat one. Why is that? A few of those would be okay. And as far as I'm aware, Danvers is not a short carrot. It's not a stump-rooted carrot. It just isn't. Come on, give me a decent carrot here. No. Same as the other two. What do you make of those 3? I mean, there is a lot of carrot there. They will clean up, they will peel, and we will get a lot of carrot out of these 3 short fat carrots. But I'd much prefer them if they would grow something like that and a bit longer. There's just a lot less work in them. But we are where we are. That's how the carrots are growing this year. I've got 1 or 2 more bags. I'm hoping that we can get some uniform carrots out of there rather than these sort of deformed carrots. I mean, they look like Mutant Ninja carrots to me. I bet when I top those they'll look even more like mutant ninja carrots. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. Let's have a closer look at them with the tops off. Here we go then. Mutant ninja carrots coming at you. Mutant ninja carrots. Don't have nightmares. This is Homegrown Veg, signing out.